This is a little obscure. So this is going to be a whole new series that we start on this channel where Jayme introduces an obscure movie and we talk about it for however long it takes to talk about it. And the nice part about this is Jayme gets to take the lead. How do you feel about taking the lead on my YouTube channel for the first time ever?
I feel like I'm the adopted mother.
The adopted mother.
This is my kid now.
This is half your kid now. Yeah, don't expect me to pay anything for it though. Anyway,
Yeah, I don't
but
have money, I'm sorry.
yeah, we don't have money and stuff for it. I'm a little sick today. Hopefully that doesn't show up too bad in it. We just got done recording it actually, just to give you a look behind the scenes. But I very much enjoyed this. What were you? Were you very much into everything that we talked about here today? Is there
Well,
anything
yeah,
that bothered you?
naturally.
Bothered you about how we did it or anything? Is there anything you would change about what we've
Hmm.
done, or do you think it all went pretty well? How you planned?
I think it went fairly well.
Yeah.
I think I probably should have changed the order in which I discussed stuff, but
Oh yeah,
you know,
but nobody's
it's
perfect and all that kind of stuff, and we just wanted to make sure we did it. But we wanted to make sure that we introed this video for you all, though, because it's a weird video on my channel. It's not something that I usually cover, and it's something that I think is a cool project that I think Jayme and I will probably do a few more of based on how this one did and how much we enjoyed it. And it's not really
yeah.
it's not really a response to it. Sometimes it's just our enjoyment, and I feel like I had a lot of fun doing this. I don't know what
Mm-hmm.
we'll take a look at next. Jayme will find another obscure movie that I've never seen before, and then
I've
tell
got
me
a lot
about
of
it.
them.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. So it'll be good. Be real good though. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and we'll jump you right into the conversation that we started a few minutes ago.
So, Dakota,
Yeah,
darling,
yeah.
best friend of mine,
Something.
you know very little about the Dark Crystal, correct?
I honestly, the only thing I know about the dark crystal is if I went outside and I found a crystal in the ground and it was dark, I would call that the dark crystal.
Tight. All right. So, you know absolutely nothing
I
about
know
it.
absolutely nothing. I'm assuming it's a movie though.
Yeah, it's a movie.
Okay, yeah, that's about all I know
It's
about it.
it's a fantastic movie, actually. It's one of my favorite fantasy movies. It's up there with The Labyrinth from '86.
Okay, Labyrinth is good.
Fantastic.
Seen that. I know that one.
So, The Dark Crystal was made in 1982 by Jim Henson and Frank Oz.
Question.
Yes.
Frank Oz. Is that the same Frank Oz that voices or puppets Yoda? Because I'm fairly confident the dude who puppets Yoda or talks
Yes.
for Yoda is Frank Oz. Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
It is. I
Okay.
had to look it up. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
Jim Henson is a man that was on The Muppet Show,
Okay.
Sesame Street, and he was in The Muppet? Wow. The Muppet movie. There we go.
Okay.
He is known for voicing Kermit the Frog and
Oh.
Ernie.
So two dudes who do puppets come
Yeah.
together in this film.
Yeah,
Are
this
there
movie is
are
entirely
there
puppeted.
Oh, it's entirely puppeted. Okay.
Yeah, we were going to get to that.
Okay. That makes sense.
Henson, with the assistance of some other person, because I didn't write their name down. Sorry, other person that wrote The Dark Crystal. Whatever. Henson wrote it, and he was the star, and his name is Jen. We're going to get to Jen in a minute, because he's a mess. The Dark Crystal was a fantasy made in the era of fantasy, as I like to call it, the 1980s.
Mm-hmm.
The Neverending Story was made in '84, and The Labyrinth was made in '86. Both are prime examples of fantasy being really the predominant thing in the '80s.
Yeah.
And we're moving into plot now.
Okay.
So, Jen, our main character, he was raised by a race of creatures called the Mystics.
Okay.
And he was told that he was the last of his race, which is the Gelflings.
All right.
So Jen is a Gelfling, and he was raised by a bunch of old, wrinkly-looking things
Raisins.
called the Mystics.
Raisins.
Yeah, they were the Raisins.
Yeah.
So we open on our main character being with the man that was like his dad, and
Okay.
the only interaction that we really get to see in the first like 5 minutes of this film is Jen being like, "Master, don't die," and then his master dies.
Oh, good God.
It's so whack. Oh, I love this movie. But before Jen's master dies, he's like, "Hey, the universe is kind of SOL. Go find the Dark Crystal Shard, and it'll help everyone in the universe." the Dark Crystal was a thing that was helping the universe maintain its balance.
Okay.
But it got busted, and now there's a shard that's somewhere. And Jen's like, alright. And he finds out to set peace and look for help in the universe, which is the Dark Crystal shard.
Okay.
Okay, so.
Are you sure? Question again.
What?
Are you sure this isn't the plot to Lord of the Rings? Because it sounds eerily similar to just, hey, I'm reading this really cool book. It's called Lord of the Rings. Let's take all of it but put puppets in it. Sound good? Sounds good. Let's make it a movie.
Yeah, that's probably what happened.
Well, I'm just saying, because, like, you know, like, there's this thing that everybody's looking for, and they got to go get it because it makes a lot of sense. But I guess they already have it in Lord of the Rings, but they need to go find something and put it somewhere, and it keeps the universe in check. It's this Lord of the Rings with puppets. Got it.
Yeah, essentially, the characters of this film.
Okay.
Jen and Kira are our two main characters. They're both gelflings, and they're both a mess.
Train wrecks.
Would you like to see them?
Yeah, I want to see them.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
I don't think you're ready.
I'm probably not. Oh, good God. Oh, my God. He looks like a little lamb boy. He's got... Oh, no, this is a weird furry. I don't like him.
Yeah,
Which
I have
one is this
another.
one? Which one's this one?
This is Jen.
This is Jen. All right. I didn't know he had blue in his hair.
He has blue in his hair. He's beautiful.
Jesus. Oh, I see the blue in his hair. You're right. I don't like his face. What's going? I don't understand. He looks like a little goat boy. I don't know if he's a lamb. I don't know if he's a sheep. I don't know if he's a goat. But he's some type.
He's a gelfling.
He's some type of farm animal.
The first time I watched this movie with my friends,
yeah,
I was at Boob's house. It was a fantastic time because there was like 8 of us, and it was me and his girlfriend. We were the only 2 that have ever seen this movie
Taylor.
Ever. No.
It wasn't Taylor.
Liz.
Oh, damn. We're going in.
This is very recent.
This is recent, yeah.
Yeah. It was the best thing ever because I knew it was coming. I knew how Jen looked. And I was hyping everybody up. I was like, yeah, get ready for it. It looks fantastic.
And
there he is.
That shows up. Got it.
Here he is. My personal favorite part about this movie, though, is when there is like a long shot away from Jen.
Yeah.
There's just a dude.
Oh, so you're telling me that the puppeteers are seen on film?
No.
Okay.
What I mean is that like when there's a long shot where you can't see Jen,
okay,
like up close.
Okay.
Like he's climbing up a wall or something. It's just a dude climbing up a wall. They don't even try to make it look like Jen.
Puppet. It's just a dude.
It's just a dude.
Good stunt double.
It's fantastic. Oh my god. I really, really, really like to think that Jen, in general, no pun intended, he's like the backup puppet.
Okay.
I feel like his normal puppet did not look like that. Because this looks like garbage.
It does look like garbage.
And from the back, it's beautiful. He looks beautiful. It's fantastic. But when he turns around, I cringe into another dimension. It's not good. Moving on to our other main character, Kira.
Okay.
She looks so much better.
So much better? Really?
These 2 are the same race. Keep that in mind.
Good God. Here we go again.
She just looks so much better.
Oh wow, she does look better.
Right?
She looks real good actually. Like that's less terrifying. I'm not gonna have a nightmare about that tonight.
I'm sorry.
I'm having yeah. Wow.
I told you weren't ready.
I wasn't ready. You were right. Yeah, she's good.
Like, they're both the same race.
Mm-hmm.
They're both the same race. They're both gelflings. But you only see these 2 in this whole film. And I really, really want to know if all dude gelflings look like him.
Yeah.
Because if they do, no wonder they died out. They actually died out because of genocide, but, this movie's sad.
Oh. Sad looking, and apparently it's sad in real life. Got it.
I feel like the issue with the way Jen looks compared to Kira is that the artists tried to make him look too masculine. They tried to over-masculinize something that cannot be masculine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no matter how hard you try, it's going to look like that weird, not good
Puppet dude.
mess.
Yeah, it looks like a mess.
But,
It looks like bad CGI, especially in the
It's
picture
beautiful.
you sent me. Like the top one, like that
Oh,
looks like
yeah.
that looks like bad
Yeah.
CGI on top of
This
bad
is
puppetry.
puppets.
I know it looks like puppets. I'm just telling you, like, if you look at him, like one of the things people give, for example, Star Wars a lot of credit for, is the original, like in the movies and stuff, like the original trilogy, it was mostly puppets. So
Yeah.
and it was mostly puppets, and it was mostly like live action like type stuff. But in the prequels, it was a lot of CGI. This looks like a weird hybrid cross between both. Because you tell me it's puppets, but I'm telling you, it looks like something out of the Star Wars prequels that looks like garbage. And that's just like my thoughts on it, just eyeballing
No,
it.
this is just puppetry garbage.
Oh, puppetry garbage, wow, that's worse.
Yeah, it's
So
fantastic.
to keep that in mind, kids, when you praise the original trilogy for their puppets, apparently puppets looked like this at that point in time too.
Oh, yep.
This is the same time frame too. Like 77 wasn't that long ago.
It was in the same. I like to umbrella that era.
This is 1982, so in 1983, Return of the Jedi is going to come out, and then Empire came out a few years prior, and so this is the same era. It's right
This
there.
is beautiful.
This is beautiful, exactly.
And, like, as you will see, as I'm sending you more characters, like, as I'm undoing this mess in your head,
Yeah, this is a big mess.
Jen is the only one that looks like that.
Okay.
He's the only one that looks like hot garbage. So, anyway, back to our characters. So, Jen and Kira, as I said before, are remains.
Yep.
And they're both the Gelflings, which are the race that was killed via genocide. But our four main races, other than the Gelflings, are the Mystics,
Okay.
the Skeksis,
Okay.
and the Urskeks.
Okay.
The Mystics are what I've brought up before as looking like raisins.
Okay, those are the raisin boys. Got it.
These are the raisins.
Yep.
They're like weird horse raisins.
Yep. Fine. This will be good.
The Mystics in general are just very good. They're very peace-loving. They're the non-violent version of the... Hold on, I gotta think. What are they called? The Skeksis. And my second favorite character from this film is actually a Skeksis. And his name is Chamberlain. He is the Skeksis that goes around and is like, all the time. People call what he does a whimper, but I really just like to think that he's just inquisitive.
Ah.
He just goes around wanting to know the haps.
Yeah.
Yeah. These bird people, lizard birds, are the Skeksis. They're not bad to look at. They're not completely garbage. I will give the Dark Crystal that. They look weird. They look scary.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not awful.
Yeah.
As I've said before, Jen is the only one that looks like that. He is the only one that looks like hot garbage. But,
That's
you know,
amazing how
moving
you
on.
make one character that doesn't look that good, but the rest of them are very good. That Birdman's good. I like him.
Yeah, Chamberlain is good.
Chamberlain is
I
good.
feel like
Yeah.
you would enjoy it. So, the last race that I brought up was the Urskeks.
Okay.
And these beings are, imagine a little green alien, like, you know, the stereotypical green alien,
Uh-huh.
and then give it, like, weird branch antlers,
Okay.
because that's what an Urskek looks like. They're not pretty. I mean, they're very ethereal looking. They look like gods, which is essentially what they are.
Mm-hmm.
So, the Mystics and the Skeksis are two essentially rivaling species, and the Urskeks are like these ethereal beings that are like, oh, we are essentially God. And they were in the beginning of the movie with the Dark Crystal.
Okay.
I'm not going to spoil the ending for you, so I'm never really going to bring up the end.
All right.
So just letting you know that in case
okay.
you ever
I'll
watch
just
it.
I'll form a very good hypothesis on the end then.
There you go. Um, okay, so those are our four main species.
Alrighty.
Now we're diving into my favorite character, or characters, I guess, because there's several. Agra is the name of my absolute favorite character.
Uh-huh.
She is the one that helps Jen find Dark Crystal. She's like this little old lady witch, and I love her so much. She's so good. But the one thing that I find the most unnerving is how much detail was put into her chest. Like, there's straight up nippleage there. This is my second favorite character. He is essentially a dog. Like, it's found out, like, light spoiler here, I'm sorry. But Kira can talk to animals.
Okay.
And there's this dog thing that is named Fizzgig that becomes quintessentially their dog. So, there you have Fizzgig. Beautiful, sweet
I don't
dog.
know about him.
He's beautiful. He's sweet.
I think I like him less than I like Jen, actually. I don't like it.
I've got another good image for you.
I don't know if you remember Furbies. He looks like a Furby, 100%. But yeah.
This is gonna get worse.
Oh my god.
It's gonna get worse. He opens his mouth at almost a 90-degree angle.
Okay.
And inside his mouth is a mess.
It's a tongue.
Oh, no.
No, it's not a tongue.
Just look.
Oh my god.
It's beautiful.
No, it's not beautiful. It's bad.
Really, the only sound that he makes is screaming.
Yeah.
So, it's good.
I don't know if you've ever seen it, but there's a good period in it's Return of the Jedi. They redid the scene for Jabba's palace for the remastered edition for 2011. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but they inserted this CGI character that walks directly up to the screen and just screams really loud, and you can see straight down his throat and see the saliva on him like screaming. It's real good. It reminds me a lot of that. That's terrifying. I don't like it. And
that's basically what
I didn't like it in Star Wars, and I do not like it here. This is a weird Furby.
So, Fizzgig essentially became the best friend to Kira and Jen. Because Kira and Jen are the last two Gelflings, and they meet up, and they essentially have a love life. And it's really cute. It's kind of weird because they both look like they're 6, but it's fine. I mean, they don't smash or anything, but it's still very weird.
Well,
but,
I would hope they didn't smash, because I'd hate to know the anatomy behind that. It sounds hard.
Yeah, it's good. It's fantastic.
Fantastic.
And my last favorites are the podlings, which are the ones that raised Kira. They look like Cabbage Patch Kids. I'm gonna be legit.
Okay, I liked Cabbage Patch Kids as a kid. I'm not that scared.
I'm glad you know what a Cabbage Patch Kid looks like.
Yeah, I had.
You really shouldn't be scared of them. They're
had
cute.
a childhood.
Okay, maybe you should be a little scared of them because I sent you a link, and it's not good.
It's not good. Oh, good God.
And it involves a podling, and it involves a Skeksis.
Okay, got the pot. Oh wow.
They're cute.
Hang on. This is the first one I've actually enlarged to see zoom in a little more. I don't like them.
They're
like
so
turtle
ugly.
people.
Yeah, they live in trees, and they speak in little meeps.
Little meeps. Huh.
They're so cute. Puppetry.
Puppetry.
The puppetry in this movie is fan-freaking-tastic. I love how much character is in each and every single one of these characters, except for Jen.
Well, even if you don't like necessarily how that character looks, though, you're still able to appreciate puppetry, for example.
Oh yeah, puppetry is beautiful.
I don't particularly love the Star Wars prequels, but I appreciate them for artistic pieces because they're very pretty, and I wish I could make something as beautiful as those, but I'm never going to because stuck.
It happens. So yeah, puppetry in The Dark Crystal is fantastic. Like every single character has its own style of walking, style of looking around, and it's so good. Everything is so beautiful in this movie. So yeah, like I said, this movie is incredibly sad.
This movie is incredibly
hurts my
sad.
bones.
Sad.
Everything about it hurts my bones.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, I think that's probably why I like it so much. I'm more of a sucker for tragedy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The only thing that I wish was better was Jen. He looked bad.
Definitely true.
But, you know, other than that, I think the puppetry in this movie is fantastic. It has a pretty cool plot.
Yep.
And I think that, like, this whole idea of, like, oh, we're the last two of this race. I love you. And then they just, like, they love each other. It's good.
It's real fantastic. Good. I like it. That's good.
I would, like, 90 out of 10 recommend this movie.
90 out of 10 I recommend this movie.
Okay. I docked 10 points from the 100 because Jen looks like garbage, and he is puppeted kind of like garbage.
Yeah, I wonder who puppeted him. I'm assuming it was Henson or Frank Oz. I hope it wasn't Frank Oz.
I think it was Henson. Hold on. Let me look it up.
I'm just saying, because at least he did one good, I guess, if it was Frank Oz. He got Yoda done.
I think Henson did puppet him.
Okay, cool.
I think. Yeah.
Awesome. So, we moving on to final thoughts here? Yes? Or where we at? Okay. Just wondering. Okay. So just kind of my final thoughts of me watching scenes of this and looking at some of the stuff that you sent me and the pictures that you sent me. I think that I appreciate the artistic level that it takes to make a film like this. This film is 100% just not my cup of tea though. So it's hard for me to look at this and go, okay, I need to go out and seek this movie now. But the way you've sat down and talked to me, I very much want to see it now though, just because it seems to mean something to you. And not to mention that I do like a lot of the artistic liberties taken in this. I also am a big fan of Frank Oz, who of course did my puppetry for Yoda, and that makes me happy inside to know that there are other things that he did. I knew he did other things, but honestly, you only hear about the ones that get mainstream, and that's the one that really hit mainstream is Yoda, of course.
Oh, yeah.
So, as a whole, though, I think that it's pretty cool, though, and I 100% will eventually check this out. I don't know when I get time. But, yeah. Final thoughts for you?
Well, this movie is one of my favorite movies probably to ever exist, solely because I'm just a sucker for fantasy. I love fantasy movies so much, and that's why I love The Labyrinth, and I love Interview with a Vampire. Like, those movies are just so good, because I'm a thought for fantasy movies. But I feel like there was a few things that went wrong in regards to puppetry and some of the puppets in general.
Yeah.
Like Jen is the example that everybody pulls, but
are there other people that don't particularly look the best?
Yeah, I really, really, really don't like how Bizgig looks.
Okay.
I feel like that's just because, I feel like there could be much more to that design other than a ball of fluff that can open its mouth at 90 degrees.
At 90 degrees, yep.
I feel like the Landstriders are some of the most elegant creatures to ever exist.
Yeah, they're good.
But ever since I thought of how it's being puppeted, I feel like my brain is just ruined on them. But,
Yeah, I never thought about that.
It's fine. But some of my favorite things in this movie are the backgrounds to this movie. They pull off the fantasy, desolate
I
idea
saw that a lot. Yep.
So well. It's so beautiful, and the soundtrack is fantastic. I love all of the music from this movie.
That's something I'll take a look at later on as well, because I'm also a sucker for soundtracks. I don't want to.
Oh yeah, and I figured you would enjoy the soundtrack to this, and that's why it's my favorite song from it.
Yep. So
and most of the puppetry in this movie is beautiful too. Jen's is bad.
Jen's is bad.
And I feel like why most of the people don't give this movie a chance is because Jen looks terrifying.
Jen does look terrifying.
Yeah.
But we absolutely recommend it, though.
I feel like it should still be appreciated. Because somebody devoted their heart and soul into this, and by somebody I mean Frank Oz and Jim Henson.
Yeah.
And like, if they're just.
Do you know if they were the ones who were like, "Hey, we have this idea for a puppet movie," and they were the ones who were like came up with the whole concept and all that? Do you have any idea if they were the ones who?
They were both directors.
So they were both
Henson
directors.
Yeah,
So
they
I was
both
just
direct-
wondering if they were like the concept designers for like stuff like that, though. If they were like the ones who were like, "Hey, we have this idea for a movie. We're gonna come to you. We're gonna see what we got and all that kind of stuff. We'd like to direct all that kind of stuff."
As far as I know, Henson was the one that started
And then
the story.
he later was like, "Hey, Frank Oz, you're doing Yoda. Can you come
Mhm.
over and do other stuff?" And Frank Oz was like, "Yeah, Yoda.
Yeah, he was like, "Yeah, that's cool."
That's cool. That's cool. Well, I'm glad we took time to look at this. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
and yeah, I feel like this movie should be much more appreciated than it is because it's a fantastic movie, and you shouldn't let one character in a movie ruin the whole thing for you.
So Jayme, how do you think that all went? Do you think we did good? Do you think we?
I think we did good. I think I hit most of the bases that were in my notes. I had a few more, but this video is already 90 years long.
Yeah, sorry, I kind of rushed you there at the end.
hell.
I didn't mean to rush
no,
you
you're fine.
there at the end. I just was like, I kind of need to kit this thing and cap it somewhere, and I'm already gonna do some
Yeah.
editing on it anyway. I'm not gonna do a whole lot like always, because as we know, we like this whole series is like a start now, and so this is gonna be the first real experiment. I'm not gonna do the full edit thing like I usually did, so it's gonna be real cool to see though. If anybody like takes interest in this, I think it'll be cool. Because like I said, there are all kinds of obscure movies and stuff that I've never seen, and that kind of stuff. And I'm the one who's like obscure, like not necessarily as to date with the obscure movie stuff. You're way more into that stuff than I am. I'm very much my genres, as you can tell by my channel. So I don't know. So we'll definitely see how it goes. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. And if you did, Jayme, what's the next word that I say?
You gotta hit the like button.
That is,
and
oh my
subscribe.
god. You know my outro. I'm so proud of you. All right.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. Thank you, guys. Let's do the little outro thing that's really loud and I don't want to fix, so go.
Yeah. No.